Welcome to TRYbcast, episode 006, recorded January 16th, 2017, MLK Day. Yo, what is this, John? We got a good show coming up for you today. We have an interview with our friend Colin, who just joined the military. We will talk about how this decision has affected his family, how he grew his Twitch and Twitter following, and more. On today's show, we also have Tom's Slang of the Week, our mini review of Titan Soul, and a special listener giveaway. All this is coming up on this episode of TRYbcast. Welcome to TRYbcast episode 006. I am your host, Jeff. Today we are joined again with Jake at Jake Bathman, hello. Tom Skanoy1217 on Twitter, and we have a guest, our military friend and RedditTryhard member, Colin, who is, let me get this right, KH1 Sky 1 Destiny. That is 111. That is correct. At Twitter and Twitch, right? They're both the same?
Yep.
And YouTube?
And YouTube.
And that is your ham radio call sign?
Indeed.
And the patch that you wear on your army uniform?
Yep. It's a big okay. A1 symbol.
I wanted an army, mother.
Don't even get me started on Arrested Development.
Wait, is that a bad? Don't get me started.
No, that's
or good.
Don't
get me started.
Katie and I just
good.
started
I was
like
gonna
a month
smack
ago.
you. I was gonna delete you from the fucking podcast if you said good.
We can't.
Oh,
the most recent season's awful, even though it's coming back.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming back?
Yeah, they're making another season.
Yeah, they all agreed to come back.
Just let it lie.
But anyway,
all right, we can agree on season 4.
Colin, would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself for the millions of people out there that have no idea who KH1 Sky 1 Destiny 1 is?
Yeah, I am a 27-year-old father of one with one on the way. I've been married for almost 7 years.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's crazy. Decided on a whim to up and join the Army last year. And I got a few more years in that still before I can re-up or get out. Let's see. I've been playing video games for years and years and years and decided to start streaming a couple years ago. And that has grown into a huge, not big thing at all.
So you mentioned that you joined the Army on a whim.
Yep.
Which branch of the Army? Are there branches of the Army? I have no fucking idea.
There are branches of the armed services.
Right, yeah. But so what division or troop or level? Are you a brownie?
Platoon?
Are you a...
Am I a brownie? Yeah, I'm a Girl Scout. I sell cookies at least twice a year. It's a good
What about a brownie?
Actually, Girl Scout cookies are going on sale very soon.
They are.
So
I'm excited.
contact your local brownie.
It's our new sponsor
for cookies. But
if you want to talk about somebody that would never sponsor us, it's the Girl Scouts of America.
I don't know. But anyway, so what branch are you in?
U.S. Army. I am stationed at Fort Benning. I am a mortarman, which is a subdivision of infantry.
A mortarman, that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
That sounds like you're launching missiles all the time.
Yeah, something like
grenades.
That. Yeah.
I thought you were like a paratrooper, like jumping out of airplanes and shit.
I did do that, and then they stationed me at Fort Benning, where I don't do that anymore. So.
Are you never gonna do that again?
I might do it here in a few years. It depends. Fort Benning's done with me, and I get pushed on to somewhere else. So.
Okay, so you went to paratrooper school, I guess we'll call it.
Yep.
And then they were like, we don't need you. You're going to go here to Alabama and launch rockets into the desert.
It's Georgia, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I'm in Georgia. I'm in southern Georgia. We're like 30 minutes from Alabama, so it's pretty close. But
oh, did I say Alabama? I'm sorry.
Yeah, right.
That whole section of the United States is just one giant blob to me.
Any word could have come there.
We've just lost all viewers from
they're all
those states.
Yeah, just to clarify, so my MOS, which is my job, is a mortarman. So that's like my base job. But then I went to airborne school, and that's where I kind of did the whole paratrooper thing. And so I'm qualified for it. I can get stationed somewhere where they do that and start jumping again, but where I'm at right now, I just can't do that. So I'm just a regular old ground unit guy.
So if I was playing you in a video game, your Mortarman would be like the base class, and then I would add different abilities or attachments to you. I'd give you like a parachute and whatever else.
Oh, okay. So you said that you did it on a whim. What? Clearly you didn't just like we're walking down the street going to Chipotle and we're like, oh look, Army signups. I'm gonna go do that. I'm sure there was some talk about you quitting your job and moving your family.
Yeah, there was plenty of talk and several months of talk and discussion about it, and finally coming down to the point of being like, well, we either need to do this or find something else.
So you started when you were 26, right? Or
yep.
Okay. So do you feel that, because I'm assuming you had like some sort of career started at 26, you were a couple years out of college, or past college age. Do you feel like you should have done this earlier if you were going to do it? Are you glad that you did it now after you've had your child and your next child's on the way?
It could go both ways. I like that I've had real world experience so far, been able to really do things outside of the Army, because I'm seeing some of these kids that are coming in at 18 and they have no clue what life is all about, and they really haven't experienced anything else except for going through high school and then coming into the Army and having everything handed to you in the Army, because the Army's easy, man. It's showing up in the right place, the right time, with the right uniform on. There's nothing difficult about it. So it's
I would assume that it's physically challenging.
Physically it's challenging, but most people who decide to join the Army don't have an issue with it being physically challenging. So
man, that's so crazy to think about, kids coming out of high school and doing that. I was an idiot at that age. Like, I keep thinking back on what I don't know, just how I thought about the world, and you're a naive idiot. You know nothing at all, and now I sound like an old man. I'm like, kids these days, but like, I just, knowing what I know about how my own brain was trying to work at that time. God, I was an idiot.
Yeah, naive's a good word, because I would describe that for me too. Like, I didn't know anything, like, coming out of high school, and just imagining going into the Army, that would be world changing, I guess.
Yep.
For me at that age.
So what effect do you feel that it's had on your family? Like, is it more beneficial for your family? Has it been, like, is your family, I don't want to say struggling more, but, like, the positives and the negatives of joining the military at the age that you did, do you feel like it is, there's been more positives for your family or more negatives for your family?
Yeah, we've definitely had more positives. It's not to say there aren't negatives. Being away, looking at my schedule for the next 6 months, even though we're not getting deployed, I'm going to be in the field for probably a good 3 months out of the next 6, kind of spread out over the next 6 months. So my longest stretch is going to be 3 weeks, where we'll be in North Georgia. So doing some training up there. Besides that, I've got 1 to 2 weeks every few weeks that I'm going to be gone in between everything.
Jeez.
So
Wow.
Does that mean like you're, God, forgive me for my ignorance, but does this mean you're like running around in the woods training and you're like away from home? You don't have your cell phone. You don't have like the common necessities that you would have like when you're on, not necessities, but like your common comforts when you're on base? Or like, so what does it mean when you're doing field work for people that don't know?
So when we're doing field work, we are out running around in the woods. It's obviously not chaotic. It's pretty organized, but I do get to have my phone. I get pretty good cell reception on Fort Benning. So that's been a plus. I've been able to call home every night when I'm gone, and so that makes it a little easier for everybody. As far as necessities are concerned, we're munching off on MREs and using the forest as our bathroom. So
What's your favorite MRE?
probably tuna, because
Tuna? I've never had tuna.
yeah. So
That's disgusting.
rather than having like the other prepackaged MREs it's like some slop that they made up and put in a vacuum sealed bag, the tuna is actually like the Starkist tuna. So you get like
funny.
one
Like
of the little
the
creations,
little can of
like the
tuna.
lemon pepper creations packet. So that's really like the best meal I can
Oh,
get.
that's awesome.
It's not as filling, but it doesn't make my stomach hurt.
Oh, if you want to talk about calorie dense, man, the MREs in the tan pouch, it's like the whole kit and caboodle in there. Those things are ridiculous. There's this little like power bar cookie thing in there, and you could make a house out of those things. It is a solid brick of quote unquote cookie that tastes okay, but like, man, those things are. If you're not actually in the field doing a lot of strenuous work, like me is not doing that, you do not need to eat an MRE.
No.
It's
When have you ever had an MRE, Jake?
In my prior job, I worked in emergency management, so we did a lot with those types of things, disaster supplies.
So why would you be eating disaster supplies designed for people that were in disasters?
We had a training event for some of our volunteer corps, and we had some MRE examples, a bunch of different ones. It was a training on cooking without electricity. It was kind of cool. Someone came and talked to us about that.
Aren't they all boil and bag? Like you just add water to the...
Well, yeah. Well, you don't have to heat it if you don't want to. And some of them have heating elements in them, kind of the same mechanism as the hand warmers, where you expose it to air and it'll heat up. And so you put it in the pouch. You open this pouch and expose it to air, and then put your macaroni and cheese or spaghetti or whatever in the pouch and let it sit there for a couple minutes. It gets freaking hot. And then you got a nice warm little thing, and it comes with the spoon and all the sides and little fixins, and it comes with everything. It's not the most wonderful thing in the world, but it's calorie dense and tastes like food.
So what you're saying is we should start a YouTube channel doing MRE mukbangs.
MRE reviews. Yeah.
Well, actually,
we need to sponsor.
Who is that? Crazy Russian Hacker has actually been doing.
Is that a person?
Yeah, he does all the...
I'm sorry, that sounds like such a trope right now.
No, that's an actual person who makes YouTube videos.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Shout out to him.
Yeah.
This sounds exactly like 10 duct tape life hacks, 10 soda can life hacks, 6 spoon life hacks put to the test.
That's him.
Yep. I'm gonna go down the rabbit hole later after this.
I think the best thing about him is how genuinely excited he seems about all of his videos.
Oh no! Wait, I've seen this guy. Oh yeah.
Great.
Oh, these are great videos.
Yeah.
I will put a link in the show notes.
But speaking of videos,
crazy Russian hackers.
Crazy. I mean, yes, we could talk about crazy Russian hackers, especially with January 20th coming along. But Colin, so before you joined the military, you were doing a lot of Twitch streaming. Yeah, I mean, you went from 0 followers, and I think we were just talking right before the show started that you have 206 or 7 right now.
Yep.
And you have a couple hundred followers on Twitter.
Yeah, I'm over 500 now on Twitter.
Okay, so
Nice.
I guess I'll start first with Twitch. What advice would you have, and what do you think that you did well in growing your subscriber base? Clearly, there are people with tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of subscribers on Twitch.
Yeah.
And, I don't think you would have gotten there immediately, but I think if you didn't, start your military career, you could probably be at 1,000 or more now. So what do you think were the biggest things in getting your following?
Really, the biggest thing is putting the time and the effort into it. I had Xerox make graphics for me and do
Xerox for people that don't know.
Even I was confused about that for a second.
Yeah, Xerox is a member of our RedditTryhard group, not the copy machine manufacturer.
Also, the inventor of the computer mouse, Xerox company.
Yep.
So he
Okay.
he did all your he did all your graphics and stuff.
He did all my graphics, everything that I'm using right now. He's done for me. But just having stuff to display like that, making everything look nice and clean, that's really a big part of it. You've got to put the time and effort into it, though. If you're not on there streaming consistently, sticking to a schedule, that's how most of these guys that have just started in the past 6 months to a year now have thousands of followers, is that they're on consistently several times a week. And I was at that point prior to joining the Army, and then obviously I joined, and most of my time's been taken away, and I'm down to maybe gaming once a week at best. So it's been hard to kind of gain more followers, even though I've been able to pick it back up and gain probably a good handful since I've been back. but you got to put the time and effort into it. It's hard work. You got to be able to devote that time.
So in the beginning, I mean, clearly we're just starting with this podcast that I don't know, someone said that we have maybe 35 listeners. So at the beginning, I'm sure it can be frustrating. I mean, it is frustrating.
Oh yeah.
Feeling like you're putting out okay content that you want other people to either watch or listen. I mean, basically consume. How do you deal, or like, how did you deal with the, oh my God, why am I doing this? No one is watching, listening, or consuming.
I've got my Twitch chat is always up when I'm streaming, and on that it shows what my current followers or who my current followers are, and then who is actually in there watching. And so I know when there's nobody in there watching, and it can get frustrating, but it's one of those things that if you plan on trying to be a successful streamer, regardless whether that just means you want a bunch of people to watch you, or if you want to try and make some money off of it, pay for your internet every month or whatever, you've got to act like you've got hundreds of people watching you at one time, even though you may only have one or two or none. So it's one of those things you got to stay positive about it. It's you can't expect to explode overnight.
That's when I always explode.
Oh, boy. Yeah. Conversely, I would. It'd be nerve-wracking to be. Whenever you go to Twitch.tv, it'll show you someone that's currently streaming right now or something. And if you are one of those guys that's playing, playing anything, and thousands of people are watching you. Like when we play tournaments or something, and we're in party chat, and it's a 2v2, and it's 1v1, and it's me and this other guy, and everything's down to the line. Like, my hands are getting sweaty, and there's like 4 people watching me, and it's a tournament that means nothing, and I'm like, oh god damn it, I've read the pressure. But if you're just like, and there's like thousands of people watching you, that's weird. That's awesome, but I don't know, that'd be so weird because it's live.
How do you get used to that? Like, how do you get over that?
I don't know. You doing it a lot. I guess it ramps up. So if you just plopped me in front of thousands of people, yeah, that would be weird. But if you went from zero yourself and built your base like that might not be as weird because you're used to it at that point.
And that's how it is. You do get used to it, and it gets to a point where it's like, I enjoy streaming. I hate when I can't do it because I enjoy talking with my fan base that I have, as small as it is. I've got 200 followers, most of which probably don't pop on very often, but when they do, they're always in chat, they're always talking or whatever. So it's nice to be able to talk to these guys, getting involved with the community, and we do it. We got a great gaming community. People talk crap about Call of Duty and stuff all the time, and how bad the community is, but really there's guys out there like RedditTryhard that we've got people that really support it, and they want to support small streamers too.
So then what about your Twitter following then? How did you build your 500 plus Twitter followers? I would assume you don't have 500 friends. Knowing you.
Wow.
I don't have 500.
Wow, dude.
I highly doubt that you have 500 friends. So I'm going to assume 25% of your followers are bots. Does that seem reasonable? No, I'm not. I mean, this is not the shit on Colin hour. But I am sure there are bots out there that just follow you.
Oh, no doubt.
It happens all the time.
I wouldn't say 25% though. I'd say maybe 5 to 10% at best.
Are your real followers and 95% are bots?
Yeah. 5 to 10% are probably bots.
I report the hell out of bots whenever they follow me. I can't stand that shit.
And
Jake, you have 500 followers or so on Twitter.
Not yet. Colin surpassed me. I'm at like 450 or something.
How did you guys grow your Twitter following? Because I would assume 500 people are a lot. I don't know how people follow 1,500 accounts. I mean, that makes your Reddit, Jesus Christ. That makes your Twitter app. I don't know how you can possibly get any useful information out of following 1,500
so
people.
I'm following about 1,000 people and or 1,000 accounts because there's brands and people in there too. Right. But Twitter has done a good job recently surfacing good content when you open the app and refresh your stream. So you're seeing initially the real-time stream, so maybe 5 of the most recent tweets of the people you're following, and then it'll surface a what you missed section with people in your network, or sometimes not even in your network, that you're following, that had some tweet that got likes or retweets or something like that. There's just a lot of impressions, and it'll show you those so you can kind of catch up on what you missed. Because that's the one bad thing about Twitter, especially when you're following a bunch of people or brands or accounts, is you can miss stuff really quickly if you're not sitting there staring at it all day long, because it's real-time type service. So they've done a pretty good job, I think, trying to alleviate that. How do you keep up with it all? But there's some things that if your tweet doesn't surface in the here's what you missed section, I'm just never going to see it. I'm not going to scroll down to tweet 600 in the feed and see the thing you sent. So I have push notifications for like Donald Trump and people that I don't want to miss.
So I feel like the way a lot of people, like maybe in the mid range, try to gain followers, that they just follow everybody. Like people,
Yeah.
I have people that follow me that have like, they have like 500,000 following them, but they're following like 700,000. So like, it's pretty much like any account they can find, they're gonna just follow and just get a follow back. And I guess that does help get your name out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because people are seeing your tweets, and usually if somebody follows me, I'll follow them back. You know, for whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Follow for follow.
For
But that
follow,
seems
like
so
for like.
useless, though. I mean, like, you have 700,000 followers.
You only
Or
need
no.
a couple. You only need a couple thousand to be active, for your, for you to get good engagement, I guess.
Yeah.
No, I meant what I meant was you following 700,000 people, like
Yeah.
that.
How do you get anything out of that?
Yeah, you're essentially just doing it like, hey, I will follow you, so you follow me, so I have this magical number next to my name, so
That's
it looks
exactly
like I'm
what
popular.
it is. People, and yeah, but people look at that and then they're like, oh, this guy has 100,000 followers. He must be big.
Yeah.
I'll have what's it's all about.
It must be huge.
I guess once you got to a
Huge.
certain number of followers, you could unfollow everyone that,
Yeah, you could.
so it doesn't look so asinine.
Yeah.
Would take a while.
To unfollow, I mean, you could write something to do it, I guess.
No, you got to do it
Click
manually.
one by one. Yep.
Oh, Jesus. So is that how you, Colin, and you, Jake, got your Twitter followers? By following people and then them following you back? Or
I didn't, Colin. Mine wasn't a strategy. It just happened.
Yeah, I
don't
mean,
think about it.
I got some by following, just based on who popped up in like the who to follow section on your profile page on Twitter. But a lot I got just from streaming altogether. Just, I guess my name got out there a little bit at one time, and I just started getting followers come in, and then from there, that's how I get follows on Twitch and on Twitter. Is it just kind of, I'll have spurts where it goes out there and I'll get 25 or 50 followers on Twitter, and then it'll slow down for a little bit and then go back. So and then there's always the people who buy bots too, and I don't like to do that. I think that's cheating. I don't want bots in my streams and in my Twitter. I got enough spam that comes through. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, I will happily block you if you follow me with a bot.
Mhm.
I've also been on Twitter since 2008, so
Yeah.
it's
Oh, damn.
it
Okay.
builds up over time.
Yeah.
Oldie.
There's a term.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called, like hashtag something.
Hashtags.
What are you talking?
No.
about,
So
really?
That's a thing on Twitter.
there's a way that some people tweet, which is like to only tweet using the trending topics
Mhm.
and hope that people.
Oh
like,
yeah,
There's like a,
'Cause
there's
in
an
the,
actual
in the
term for it.
Yeah, you'll surface in the searches or in the whatever list of tweets on that.
Yeah,
topic.
if you do like the most recent or the top tweet. So I guess those.
Does that work?
I don't know. I mean, that's what I've been trying to do with the TRYbcast stuff. I mean, I've gotten, I don't know, probably 5 followers from doing that. I mean, most recently, or actually right now, there was a trending topic of nude cover bands. So you would take, a band and then like, what would their nude cover band name be? So I like tweeted a bunch of them because I thought I was pretty clever with them.
Okay. Well, now I gotta go and read yours.
You don't have to read mine.
No, we've got to read it.
Actually, be
Allison. Oh, this is good. These are good. Yeah, Allison Whips and Chains. That's a good one.
Oh, that
You
one's
Two
good.
Inside Me. Nicki Minaj à Toi. Flaccid at the disco. Those are pretty good.
Flaccid at the disco.
That one got a, that one,
Like Flaccid
That
at the
one's
disco.
great.
Got 2 hearts and a retweet heart from me.
Oh shit, my phone's blowing up. I'm famous. Well, so whatever that thing's called, where you follow whatever trending topic is, I really can't think of the name. I wish I knew the name, but I will use that as a super shitty segue. Not the fucking thing that you ride on.
Nailed it.
Dun dun dun. Tom, let's do your word of the week.
That was not even close.
Wow.
Great segue, dude. Well, all right. This week on
Well, hold on. We
My-
have to have a nice intro for you. Coming up is Tom's Slang of the Week. Tom's Slang of the Week. Tom's Slang of the Week. Meet us in the corner.
So my slang of the week is actually a regional slang, and Jeff, actually, you may know this because this is a Philly slang word.
Hoagie.
Nope,
I
already
know what
wrong.
he is.
So
Wrong.
the word is Jawn, Jawn.
Wait, there's no way that is a local word.
That is
I
absolutely
don't know
a
it.
local
I
word.
don't know it. He asked before the episode if I had heard this because he might have used it, and it'd be
Really?
lame if we all knew what it was.
100%,
I do not know
yes.
what this is at all. I've never heard it. I wouldn't have spelled it like that either. I'm typing it out just now.
I have no idea how to spell it. I couldn't spell my name if I didn't have to.
So Jeff, you know what this
Yeah.
means? Okay, Colin, do you have any ideas?
No, none whatsoever.
It is not
So
related
it
to the
looks
disease
like-
jaundice.
Well, that's it with a U. That's a good call. So okay, it looks like a portmanteau. Now that I'm typing it out, between something and lawn. So like a jump lawn or a yawn. Oh, maybe with a yawn.
Nope.
So
Colder.
like a joke yawn. Like it's such a terrible joke that you yawn.
No.
I
Nailed it.
like that.
Nailed
I
it.
like that though. No.
I'm writing that on.
So
on
so
the
Jeff,
new
you know what this
definition.
means?
Yeah.
Okay. So John is basically a thing. It just means
It's actually a lawn jockey, is what it is.
That's not a thing.
A
lawn jockey?
Yes, it is.
What is
What?
a lawn jockey?
A lawn jockey is like that super racist statue of like the black person holding the.
No, it's not.
A lawn jockey? Yes, it is.
Oh, yeah.
Holding
okay.
the
Yep.
lantern in front of your house. I don't know
Oh
if they
my
were
God.
real or if they were
You
just.
say your house like my house has this. This
You
is
live
like
in Texas.
a
Of
dude
course your
in
house has
blackface.
That is also not what
No,
a John
we're not
is.
racist.
But
Wow, this is
that is something
super-
way different.
I'm glad that we know what a John is now.
No, that is
So
not
tell
what
us-
a John is.
Please tell us a John.
So a John it basically means thing. So you can use it to describe basically anything. A person, a girl, your favorite beer, blunt, whatever. That you could be like, hey, you're going to the store, can you get me that John? Or, you see that
That-
John over there? I'm gonna go
What?
talk to her. It means thing.
Yeah.
It means it's interchangeable with thing.
It's like, yeah. I mean, that's the most simple term is thing for definition.
It can literally be used for anything instead of thing.
Yeah, like, did you see that, John?
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm sorry, I don't know the etymology,
Please tell me.
from the Latin.
So wait a minute. That's such a nondescript word.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? It conveys nothing.
I mean,
Go
it's,
get me that John at the store.
No. So you'd be
So they
like,
have to follow it up with okay, what the fuck?
No,
do you
no,
want?
no.
Because you just told me.
so
more
you'd
that
be
means nothing.
like, do you want anything from the store? I'm gonna go get some, like, beef jerky, a Wawa iced tea, and a bagel, and you'd be like, oh, yo, go get me one of them Johns.
yeah. Give me one of those things, yeah.
No, that's terrible.
So I guess if it's three things, it doesn't really help. But if you were just talking about one thing,
If you're with your homies
Yeah.
and you're all smoking a blunt, you could be like, "Yo, pass me that John."
yeah.
So is it meant to always be in that type of a context, or is this truly synonymous with like the word stuff or thing or that or whatever?
It's you use it like when you know what you're referring to.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
So this doesn't really work in an audio format because you got your like gesture with your wild Philly or New York gesture, right? You got like the hands up.
Usually the gesture's just a middle finger.
Yeah.
Like, that's how you point. Yeah.
Or like, so if someone asks like, yo, do you have any paper towels? You'd be like, yeah, that John's over there.
No. I think this is a conspiracy, and you guys added this to Urban Dictionary.
I actually
look it
didn't
up. No.
realize that it wasn't a term that everyone knew.
I've never.
This is like
Colin,
strictly.
have you ever even close to heard of something? I can't even think of another example of like what a word like this.
Like the only thing I can think of is like talking about in the South, like let's go get a Coke, and it doesn't necessarily mean like you're going to get a Coca-Cola. It could mean let's go get coffee or tea or Sprite or whatever you want to say. That's as
okay.
close of a reference as I can get to.
Yeah, and then you'd be like, yo, give me one of them Johns.
Yeah.
It sounds like the name John too.
Yeah.
It is kind of like that, but it's only a Philly word. Like growing up in North Jersey, I never heard it until I came to Philly.
That's crazy.
It's strictly like a South Jersey Philly word, colloquial term.
Oh shit! I did not know that it was specific to.
You
where I
really
grew
thought
up.
that like everyone knew that?
Yeah, I thought I had like heard it in a movie or something.
If I've heard it, it's been one of those things where I just
Was it
ignored
Rocky?
Maybe, or maybe like Will Smith rapped about it.
Oh, he probably did. Yeah.
All right, so yeah, crazy. I can't believe you guys. So what made you come up with the word John?
I don't know. I was just thinking of words, and I figured, let's do a regional word this time. So.
I have not
it's Slang.
heard that word in like at least days.
A hot minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn kids in your regional dialect.
I'm sure you guys have like Texas slang that we're gonna be like, what the hell does that
Maybe
mean?
now I got to think of one. I'll think of something. I'll get back to you.
All right.
I just didn't realize
go
it was
to-
so specific to like a 50-mile radius.
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
Apparently.
We can go to Jake's slang corner next week.
Yeah, I'll get it ready for you.
It's right across the way.
But so what I wanted to do is we are going to have a giveaway. Since we're mostly gaming related, we are planning on giving away either a $10 PSN card or a $10 iTunes store card or a Google Play store card or Steam if Steam is your thing. I know $10 really isn't a lot, but whatever, fuck you, it's free money. All you have to do is you just have to follow us on Twitter, so @TRYbcast, and then tweet at us something related to this podcast. So I want free money, or I want that John. Use the hashtag TRYbcast. We will actually put a link on our site, trybcast.com, with a tweet link that'll just tweet this for you if you're too fucking lazy to go on Twitter and do this yourself. So follow us on Twitter and tweet at us, and you will be entered in to win the gift card.
Colin is not eligible for the giveaway.
Yes. Actually, anyone who is in the RedditTryhard Call of Duty clan group, whatever you want to call us, is not eligible. So it'll be new subscribers and new followers. So yes, if you want to make a new Twitter account, be an asshole and go ahead and do that. But
That's what Colin was doing just now.
so follow @TRYbcast, tweet at us with something related to this show with the hashtag TRYbcast, and that'll be one entry. You can have up to 4 entries by following Jake, which is @JakeBathman, following Tom, which is @Skanoy1217, and following me @DMBuddy on Twitter, and tweeting something related to the show, hashtag TRYbcast. Do those things, and for each person that you follow and tweet at, you will be entered in a chance to win. So, what is the date? The date is Monday, January 16th, 2017. So it'll probably take us about a week or so to actually get this episode up, maybe a couple of days. So we will give you till February 1st to enter and do this. I think that's fair. Yeah. So, all right. So last week we talked about Mini Metro, and we said that we were going to play the free PSN game, Titan Soul. So we all played Titanfall, which is a free PSN game. It is I don't have the description up, which I should. Poor planning on my part.
Well, how would you describe it then, Jeff?
Yeah, it's a 2D puzzle game where you walk around in this world and you have to fight these bosses, and there are specific ways to fight or to defeat these bosses. So one of the first ones is you have this, I guess it's a heart. Yeah, it's a heart, and it is in this bouncing jelly ball, and then as you shoot at it, your arrow, if it hits the jelly ball splits into two. So then you have like an empty jelly ball and a jelly ball with the heart in it. And your goal is to keep splitting the ball of jelly that's around the heart until the heart is exposed, and then you can shoot your arrow through it, and then you beat the level. And then there's another level. One of the first levels is where there's this rolling brick, and there's an eyeball on it, and then when the eyeball is about to shoot its like laser at you, there's a second or two where you can shoot your arrow and hit the eyeball, and then if you do that before the laser is shot, it explodes or it dies, and that's how you beat that boss. So essentially it's a puzzle game, a 2D puzzle game.
It's like a mashup between like the old like NES Legend of Zelda and like you guys ever play the PS2 game Shadow of the Colossus? A lot like that.
No.
It's basically the 3D version of this, where you're in this massive world. You only fight bosses, and in that game it was like scale. Like you would be like this little kid, and then you would fight this huge boss who's like 20-30 stories high, and there'd be a specific way to beat each boss. And I don't know, there's like a handful of bosses for the whole game, and that's all you're doing. So that like playing that game and then coming here to play this game, it's very, there's a lot of similar parallels there, because in that game I think he had a really shit weapon too. This game is very similar to that.
Yeah, so the game for me was frustrating because it doesn't seem like it's that hard, and it is, I guess. I'm sure like there are videos online of people speed running this game in under an hour.
Which is stupid. There's a timer in the settings you can turn on at the bottom of the screen. I was like, why would someone want a timer? And then I realized people are gonna do that, and they're gonna be idiots about it.
Yeah,
that's insane.
We can actually come back to speedrunners in a second. I have a good story, but yeah. So the game it's fun. It's a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be. It's frustrating because you're like, son of a bitch, I could have beat this level. Like once you figure out what you have to do, the first
there's
10
takes
it's
like 5
that
seconds.
clickbaity stuff where it's one cool trick the Titan Souls don't want you to know about. You have to go into each level trying to figure out the little trick, the little catch, the Achilles heel in the Titan, and it just takes forever to figure that out. It's trial and error to figure out I have to shoot him in this exact spot when he does exactly this.
Yeah.
But once you do it, like I said, it's fine.
Yep.
But it takes a long time.
Yeah, once you figure out how to do it, like if you do it on the first try, it'll take like 5 seconds to beat the boss. Like once I died enough times, like the time I actually got it, it took maybe 5-10 seconds to beat each boss.
Yeah. The worst part for me was when you die, and then you're like, son of a bitch, now I gotta like run all the way back up from the checkpoint to the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you can actually spend more time running to where the boss is than actually being in like the dungeon to try and beat the boss. And that was really annoying for me. But for a free game, I think it was worth it. I mean, if you have PSN,
I'd recommend it.
download it and play it. if you don't want.
Yeah, no multiplayer. It's single player, but it's a lot of fun. It's one of those good ones that you can pick up and play it for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could sink a few hours into it, no problem.
Oh, I did. Absolutely.
Me too. Mm-hmm.
And what's the name of this game again?
Titan Souls.
Titan Souls. Thought you said Titanfall to begin with.
Plural.
People were getting excited in the stream.
Calm down.
It's a knockoff version of Titan.
Calm down, Serby.
So what was your what did you want to mention about speedrunning, Tom?
Well, I was gonna mention that the annual Awesome Games Done Quick, which is the annual 7-day marathon stream where they'll speed run a bunch of games back to back to back, and they do it to raise money for cancer awareness. So I think this cancer prevention. Yeah, that's right. So this year they did from January 8th to the 15th, so it finished yesterday, and they raised over $2.2 million.
Whoa!
In the 7 days for it. Yeah, they got $1 million. They raised $1 million in like the last day and a half.
Wow.
Yeah,
and
it was $1 million more than they raised the previous year.
Yeah.
Good lord.
And it's really fun to see. Honestly, like if you guys have any interest in the games that they play, it's really fun because they go into when they're speedrunning. The guy actually doing the speedrun usually talks, what he's doing, why he's doing certain things, how the game anticipates, what you're doing, and how they're able to figure out how to get around all these gaming quirks and glitches, and they basically break the game down to its simplest parts and make it really fun to watch. They did a whole run through GTA Vice City in like an hour, and they
Wow.
yeah skipping only doing the stuff you absolutely need to do, and then they have longer marathon streams like 3-4 hours, and then they have really small really quick 5 to 7 minute speed runs. So they'll do a lot of the NES or SNES games, especially the platformers like the Super Mario Brothers. They'll do those in 5 minutes. And what they like to do, especially this year, they tried to do it. They would have 3 or 4 people speed run at once, so you see 4 different screens, and they're all racing each other, to try to beat the game as fast as you can.
I wonder if you have to specialize. I'm a Mario speedrunner because you have to figure out all the quirks, and then you have to practice, jumping at the exact perfect right time, and you can't really become an expert on a bunch of the different games. So I wonder if some of the guys pick a game or a few games, and that's their thing.
Yeah, you see it. I've seen it because I watch a few the Pokemon speedruns, and it's always the same dude commentating in the back, so he does all the Pokemon ones, and then there's one guy, he does all the Super Mario Brothers and explains the glitches there. The ones that are really good are Super Monkey Ball from back in the Dreamcast days, because how fast paced it is. And yeah, the speed runs, what they'll do is they'll jump at the start line, and then they'll jump off the map in some seemingly random place, and they'll just land right on the goal that they need to get to. It's really awesome to watch. But yeah, you need to devote days and days and days and days, so much time to try to perfect these.
Yeah, I mean I couldn't even list all the games. There's hundreds of games that they did.
And they span just from 2D SNES games to all the way up to PS3, PS4 games. I actually don't know.
I just saw
PS4
someone playing Yu-Gi-Oh, which is there's cards flashing up on the screen really quickly. I don't. You can speed run anything, I guess.
Yeah. There's that. There's I saw a speed run for Super Smash Brothers Melee, and any game that you've played, they've probably broken it down completely and have sped run it.
Sped run it?
Sped run it? Speed run it? Speed run it?
Speed run it? What is the
I don't
past
know.
tense of that? Speed
ran it.
Speed ran it? Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
All right.
Logic, go away. I keep half expecting, because I've played video games with Colin a lot when he's streaming. I keep half expecting during the podcast for him to interrupt and go, "Hey guys, welcome to the stream. This is KH1 Sky 1 Destiny 111. Welcome. Hit me up on Twitter and follow, like, I don't know, what's the thing you guys say? Mash that subscribe like button.
I've been very careful not to say anything.
It's like, I figure it's like instinctive for you.
Yeah, I am.
Hey guys, welcome to the
typing
stream.
with everybody in stream rather than like
Hands twitching.
That's awesome. Yeah. He's like, hey, God damn, I can't say
You
it.
could always mute your mic.
Just to say it. It's the equivalent of writing a nasty email and then putting it in the drafts folder and then deleting it. It just says to say it on mic just to get it out.
But yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about too.
Oh, cool.
So Colin, you actually, speaking of charity events,
Yep.
you ran or currently run our, I almost said Half-Life. That sounds awful.
Extra life.
Yeah.
Double life.
Yeah. Our Cut Your Life in Half.
It's poor kids.
Yeah.
Poor kids.
Oh, those poor kids. Right. They picked the wrong
Your
charity.
Half-Life has been confirmed.
So you run our Extra Life charity event. I think we've talked about it before, but do you know any of the statistics off the top of your head? How much money we've raised, how many years we've done it, how many people we've had do it, stuff like that?
2 years ago is when we started it. So into 2015 was our first event. We did another event in the day after the release of Infinite Warfare, Modern Warfare Remastered. So that was November 10th or something like that for 2016. So we've done 2 events. We've raised roughly around $2,300 or $2,400 as a team, and that's consisting of maybe 10 or 12 of us. So
Were most of the donations friends and family, or what percentage would you say came from just random people?
probably 10 to 15%. I've gotten several donations just from followers on Twitch, and then most everybody else is either friends or family. So
Yeah, I've done it twice with you guys, and yeah, it's been pretty much 100%. It's been friends and family that I've raised. But I love Extra Life. It's such an awesome event. It's for a great cause, and it's just a nice fun stream, you know, because we're all doing it together. We're all trying to stay up and play video games.
Yep.
I think we talked last episode that we'll do a podcast as part of this year's Extra Life. Not for 24 hours, but we'll do some type of live stream recording.
Well, I mean, if we get enough
during this 24 hours.
comments together, if we get enough topics together.
Just like chain 24 hours
24
of topics.
No way.
Oh my God. We could just constantly talking. I'm not editing that.
We wouldn't have to.
Noses.
I wonder when.
Yeah, right.
Do we know when the next Extra Life event will be?
The next Extra Life event it'll be in November. I don't know exactly what day it is.
It's usually like the
I don't think they
first
even know
Saturday?
what day it is yet.
Yeah, I'm on the website. I can't find the date, but it's early November.
Yeah, it's the last couple years they've done it the day after the new Call of Duty releases. So typically it's around the first or second week of November.
Oh, this
I don't think that
this
it's
year
not a
it's
coincidence,
it's on November 4th, 2017.
Okay.
All right, there you go.
All right. So what we should do then is have Jake fly out to New Jersey, and
Why did this start with that? What?
we'll have Jake fly out to New Jersey. We will do the Extra Life stream together, and we will stream the podcast in person to our, let's see, that'll probably be, I don't know, 30 weeks from now, 25 weeks from now, something like that.
You extrapolating listener
Yeah, so we'll
subscriber
have,
counts?
Probably like 2 million.
yeah, something like
Like
that.
Yeah.
So
It's compounding.
yeah, they'll want us to do the 24-hour podcast live, and we'll get drunk and do fun things.
I'm good with that.
Sounds
Yeah.
good to me.
So look forward to that, listeners, in November of this year, if we are still all alive. We will
That
be-
got morbid.
Are you predicting calamity for us?
No, I mean, a lot can happen in years. You don't know. I mean, any years. during a
You're
year.
talking about a lot can happen in 4 days, because That's what's on your mind.
No,
I
I do not.
The 20th is grating on your soul.
I do not want to talk about politics at all.
You know we will.
I hope to God we don't.
We've not started
we cannot,
the presidency yet.
We cannot. There's no way.
Well, okay.
We won't be able to avoid it.
Since we were talking about Twitter followers and we were talking about tweeting.
See, it's our story. Yeah.
So I will try and keep this as least biased as possible.
We all have bias. Bring it on.
Right. But I will try and be as center of the road as I can. A lot of people are upset at what our president-elect has been tweeting. And a lot of people seem to be fearful that he will continue to do this once he is in office. And I could be wrong, but I think it will stop, at least on his personal Twitter account.
Nope.
He's already said he's going to
continuing
keep
on
it.
his
Right.
personal.
Yeah. But
And not using the POTUS account.
the president currently does not have access to Twitter via their mobile device.
In the Oval Office, they don't.
Anywhere.
So in places where you need a secure device, no, they do. So, well, first of all, they don't carry a phone around with them normally, but Trump is an unconventional guy, so maybe he will. But a lot of this has to do with the device security, and the NSA loses their freaking mind when Obama wanted his BlackBerry,
Right.
and the NSA lost its goddamn mind when he started because they couldn't give the security. So, but that's in secure areas. So, in the Oval Office and a couple other places nearby in the West Wing, there's no cell phones. You just don't have any cell phones. There's some secure phones that basically act like cell phones, but you're not sitting there playing Candy Crush or anything. But then when you go into the residency, if you go traveling in the car, yeah, he's got access to a phone. And Trump will definitely have access to a phone.
There was an interview with President Obama, and he talked about his iPhone because he switched to his iPhone. And he said the only things that he was allowed to do on his iPhone were check his email via their secure means and check the weather. He wasn't allowed to text. He wasn't allowed to access the internet. He wasn't allowed to use any apps from the App Store. He essentially said that it was a device he could use to check the weather and read his email. So if that is the case, because I cannot see them getting a phone, the president getting a phone, like a consumer grade phone that has access to the internet.
Yeah.
So I feel like
tough.
if the president was going to tweet, he's going to have to go somewhere to tweet. He's going to have to.
You don't think they have some Android based OS that they've secured? I could imagine that because it's got more customization. They could actually secure a.
Yeah, I mean, so there are devices that you can purchase, consumer devices that are tens of thousands of dollars that are, super secure. They have like switches on them that physically disconnect the camera inside and lock the fucking thing down. There's no internet access. It's like airplane mode on steroids. So I guess they could do something like that, but I don't think he's going to have access to the fucking internet.
Well, but if he doesn't have access to it, the people around him will. Like, you can't run the country without a phone, right? So the dude next to him, he'll hire a dude, like, come walk around. You're my tweet guy. So I'm going to just dictate to you, and you'll be the one that actually, like, type it with my typos and all. Yeah, like, misspell this word here. Okay, perfect. Hit send. And
all caps here.
All cap. He's been doing this thing too, where because again I get push notifications for all of his tweets, which is I'm a sadist. So he'll tweet something, and he won't know. He like doesn't get Twitter, right? That's not an indictment on him. That's an indictment of like old people, myself included, probably. And so he'll like quote something someone said, and then have 2 words of his own response, and then like 6 dots, dot. Like, okay, more to come. And then it'll be like 20-30 minutes. And then the next tweet will come, the continuation of the rest of the sentence for the thing. there's no like quote tweet or anything. He lets like mash it in this thing and doesn't do. So I could imagine that it'd be even more efficient for him to just dictate to somebody else when he's not actually controlling the phone and he gets distracted with, I don't know, he's playing Age of Empire or something. So that probably is going to work out in his favor. He's going to increase his tweet efficiency by passing off the actual typing to the poor aide next to him.
Yeah, I still don't think that I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm talking out of my ass and I have
I'm curious.
no idea. But
I'm probably doing the same thing. We're going to look this up and we'll report back.
Right.
Under a Trump presidency next episode, we will report back on his cell phone.
Well, yeah. I mean, we'll find out by the next time we stream or the next time our next podcast. We will know if there is a plethora of tweets from him. Okay, so I think the next game we want to review, which is free, which is nice, will be the game 2 Dots, which is a mobile device game. I know Jake.
Oh, that's why you mentioned 2 Dots.
Jake, I know you've played it, and I've started playing it. Colin or Tom, have either of you played it?
No.
Okay. It is a simple puzzle game on the same level as probably Candy Crush, where you're just like connecting dots together to clear them off of a board, and then they have missions like bring the anchors to the bottom of the board. So it's like one of those pass the time iOS simple games that anyone can.
It's multi-platform as well.
Yeah,
And it's free.
It's
That's nice.
It is free. They have a lot of in-app purchase bullshit, but so just ignore it. You'll be fine.
And the life regeneration is like 20 minutes, which I think is a really long time. But I don't know what Candy Crush is. But anyway, so next week we will review that. I'm sure there's millions of people that already play it, so that doesn't really matter. But yeah, so we'll do that next week. Our Modern Warfare Remastered 2v2 search tournament has started. We're probably 4 matches into it.
Yeah, we're done through the first week, so it's gonna be 3 weeks of games, and then it's gonna be a final. So it's 2 groups, and the winner of each group will play in the final. So it's all search and destroy on Modern Warfare, and it's all streamed on the RedditTryhard Twitch account. So it's twitch.tv/RedditTryhard_, because RedditTryhard is taken by somebody.
Jonathan, if you're listening, we think it's you.
Yeah,
Please give us
Stowy.
All of the matches are also on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/RedditTryhard.
And all 3 of us are playing. Me, Jeff, and Jake are playing.
I'm already eliminated.
Yeah.
So I will not be playing.
No, you're not.
No, I am.
No, you're not.
I am. I lost last week.
You're limit.
I play you in 2 weeks.
It's pool play.
Yeah.
What? It's not.
It's
pool
not
play.
one
and
and
done.
Single elimination.
It's pool play. That's why I said there's
pool.
3 weeks.
Oh my god!
Damn it.
You were excited. You're like, oh good, I got to do my piece.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you put in a great performance in your first match.
I didn't get to watch it. I got to go watch the.
So
I could tell Jeff was really putting his all into the game.
I sense some sarcasm.
He was on. It was the first map was on strike, and he's in like the most random corner, looking up at a wall, trying to jump over it.
So, to be fair, I don't know either of the maps that we played on Modern Warfare Remastered. I don't know what you can and cannot jump over. I don't know the spots like Koala knew, throwing nades off spawn and dying. So I just hid in places that seemed legitimate. I don't know. And then I went to other parts of the map that were dead ends. So I thought we were done.
Well, no, you're gonna be playing McChainsaw and Link next match, and then you play
after our match with I don't know what the team's names are. Grandma something. We played Grandma.
Yeah, we didn't even make a team.
Nation.
We're still Team 7.
No, you're Kid
have a name.
Kuda. You're Kid Kuda.
Oh,
Yeah,
all right.
like Kid Cudi.
Yeah,
So
because you guys didn't give me
Kid
a name.
Cudi.
Kid Cudi.
Cudi.
Yeah.
okay.
Cudi.
Well, Colin, you're not in the tournament, right?
I'm not. I didn't have time for it this time. I'm hoping we do like a 1 weekend tourney where I can jump into that one though.
Yeah,
I would
need
love to.
Set one of those up. That'd be fun.
We are.
One night only.
I know we're definitely this year. I definitely want to do Whenever 420 is, April 20th, we're definitely doing like a 1v1 tournament.
I don't know when April 20th is this year, but whenever it is.
Well, I don't know what date. I don't know if it's on a weekend or whatever. But,
It is a Thursday.
oh, perfect. So.
That's exactly what you
Long
want.
weekend.
Yeah.
Perfect.
But I think we should do like me and Jake. We've talked about this a lot, like doing like either a 1 day or 1 weekend tournament. Kinda,
Yeah.
A 420
do something.
smoke grenade tournament only.
Yeah.
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 Well, I guess it'd work in Modern
That would be
Warfare
fun.
Remastered with your. Can you see through smoke with your goggles?
Nope.
No.
No.
Can't see through anything.
Well, that's fucking stupid then.
It's just a color filter. It's worth it.
All right, so, man, this is good. This is fucking butchered the order that we've done this in.
This is gonna be a great.
It's all right. I've been keeping show notes
Yeah, that's fine.
in the order. It's
If we need to like add filling, like a Boston cream donut. Oh, speaking of which, Boston cream donuts are fucking disgusting.
What?
Oh, Amanda had a
No.
cronut today for the first time because we don't have them down here, but she found a donut shop that has cronuts, and she apparently said it was amazing.
Oh, anyway, Boston.
Is this a thing in your guys'
Yeah,
place?
I've,
Is it
I've,
boring?
I've,
What? Like, is a cronut so
I've
boring
seen it,
now
but
that-
I haven't. I've never had one.
Yeah,
It's a croissant donut. It's like a flaky layered donut. It's apparently amazing. I still haven't yet to
It's-
have
they're
one. We
so
couldn't
good.
find one. We were in Chicago a couple years ago.
What's the flavor?
I don't know.
donut
The
flavored.
donut. I think donut,
Donut
flavored,
flavored?
but it's with the texture of a croissant. It's like flaky and kind of layery like a croissant, but delicious and sugary like a donut.
Hashtag overrated.
I think. I don't know.
Oh, wait, what is
Hashtag
it
cronut.
like? Chocolate or strawberry, or is it just
Chocolate.
Glazed.
I don't know.
chocolate?
Yeah, it's just glaze. It's just like a croissant, and then it's just glazed over.
It's like a glazed
all, like,
croissant.
Delicious goodness. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's so
Okay.
good.
I thought
That does sound
they could
good.
have like normal donut stuff, like they have icing on top or whatever.
That's glaze.
Mm-hmm.
No, not the glaze, like like chocolate icing.
Glaze.
You can have you got the
Chocolate
glaze,
glaze.
the normal donut. You got so picture your Krispy Kreme, right? Comes off the conveyor belt. The dude picks it up with a little prong thing, dips it into the icing.
In-
I'm doing this with my
in-
hands, like any of you can fucking see me.
Into the glaze.
Into the glaze, and then you can do more things to it, like you put the chocolate icing thing on top,
Or-
right? So it's just on the top
So
layer.
you put chocolate glaze on it.
Oh my God, Colin, I love you. They sell cronuts. Colin just gave me a recommendation for an exact place
got
because he
you.
used to live just down the street from me. Okay, that's on my way to work. That's dangerous.
Mm-hmm. I
Shit.
usually hit them
Alright,
like at least twice a week.
Oh, so we're gonna have another mini episode of you
That'd be
flavor
great, yeah.
testing.
I need to record myself going to the donut shop now. It's going to be a recurring thing of me just like going to places and eating things with a microphone attached.
Sweet.
Eats.
If we keep it up, maybe we can get you to go to one of those massage parlors that offer extra services.
Yes.
Then we can.
Like champagne, or what do you mean extra services? I don't follow.
Are you serious? Do you not know how to ask if you can have?
How do I ask for champagne?
No, you ask if they offer extra services.
Is that code?
That is the code.
Is this-
Extra services is
Really?
the code. Yeah.
No, it's
Yes,
not.
it is.
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have believed you if that was Jeff's slang corner. I don't even know what to put in the show notes for this.
Alright,
Just Google extra
extra-
services.
services.
Are you saying this from
quotes.
experience?
It sounds like it. He said he knows definitively
So-
that is.
There's actually
Okay.
a whole website dedicated to this. I don't know the name of the.
There are most of the internet is websites
no,
dedicated to this.
There's a website dedicated to massage parlors that offer extra services.
There is lots of, I guarantee you.
It's like
thousands
there's like
of
a
websites.
Yelp for this.
So one of those porn
like a
things?
discovery service.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in my town, Edison, New Jersey, which is
Yeah.
which is near Rutgers University, which is
Little
around
India.
Oh my God.
which is around the area that I grew up in. There was a massage parlor called BTS, like the letter B, the letter T, the letter S, that was mysteriously open at 11, 12, 1, 2 at night. So it's funny. It was like right next to the hometown buffet, and a place called
Get a Buffy, get a Handy.
Quick Lube. But
No,
not the oil changing place. There's a restaurant.
No.
No. Okay, come on.
I'll look it up. But so a coworker of mine Googled it, and it turned out that it was a massage parlor that offered extra services. Oh, so the name of the place is Quaker Steak and Lube.
Yeah, that's a
restaurant.
Right. And
That's a real
the
restaurant.
website is thelube.com.
Yeah, that's a normal
Right.
restaurant.
That's
There's a couple up here.
okay.
Oh, I thought you meant it was like a actual place, like a salacious.
No.
something.
I'm just saying it just happened to be next to the hometown buffet and Quaker Steak and Lube.
Gotcha. There is rubmaps.com. Apparently, that's one of the things. Yeah, I found that on Google search. Why is this in my search
I
history?
had
Yeah.
one of my fellow followers just link that to me. I really don't want to click on it, though.
Oh, really? Rubmaps.com. I am not putting rubmaps.com in the show notes. If you're listening to this, you can type it in yourself. You're freaks.
I'll link to it on our new website, TRYbcast.com.
Oh, why do you have control over content?
I
And
mean,
shut
we all
down.
have control over content. But, so,
We do.
nice segue. We have a new website, TRYbcast.com. It has a link to all of our show notes. It has a little information page about the equipment that we use to record our podcast. You can go to trybcast.com/subscribe if you'd like to subscribe to this podcast and you have not. Either way, trybcast.com/subscribe will lead you to
You stuck the landing.
Wow.
lead you to things that you can look at.
Amazing.
Sorry, I got distracted by the BTS spa in Edison, New Jersey.
BTS means behind the scenes, and that's what keeps. I
No,
keep
so
confusing
you
with
just
BTS.
type
It means beat the shaft.
BTS spa
I'm not gonna
Edison,
type that.
New
I
Jersey.
don't know what that's.
I've already typed that in.
Oh boy.
You get a yellow pages thing, and that's it.
Yeah, I think that it's closed now.
So Yellow Pages. I picture the companies that actually make old phone
Yeah.
books. They need to
So they-
market diversification. So this is their new their new service offer.
Yeah, so it's closed now.
That shocks me. It's probably no way it was some type of health code violation. Those things can't be. I don't know.
Ugh, yeah.
That's not legal, right?
No, they're not legal. Although, I
Okay.
mean, for a topic for a different time, is I feel like they should be legal.
Should they be
Yeah,
legal?
But
Yeah. I would say no, and I think you'd say yes. So
I
that's
would
going to be a good discussion.
1000% say yes.
Yeah, this is going to be great. All right, future pod.
Yeah. Explain to me what you think this is, real quick. So I went and looked up BTS, which is actually
Okay.
called the Edison Health Spa now, on
Oh, that's a
RubMaps,
euphemism.
like RUBMAPS.com. What do you think a table shower is?
Oh
boy.
That could be anything. I thought we stopped talking about Donald Trump.
Heyo.
Topical.
I don't even. Do you have a real answer, or are you just talking out loud?
No, I don't.
Jesus.
Maybe Tom Slang of the Week knows what a table shower is.
I'm gonna guess it. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna guess it's like, I don't know. They lather you up in lube all over. I don't know.
Oh, there is. Oh my God, there's this So I searched Google for table shower, and there's a bunch of weird. Don't do it if you're in not mixed company. So, but the first hit is a subreddit, the R Hookers subreddit.
Oh, nice.
And there's a very helpful guide called Massage Parlor Guide, is the name of the thing. So let me table showers, $40 table showers, usually with body slide.
Yeah, so
Prefrontal massage, BBBJ, TUYA. What are these terms?
So
A
I will read the
BBBJ?
Urban Dictionary definition of this. It is washing the body of another person, usually Asian women, while lying on a table, first face down on your back, so particular attention can be paid to your private parts. Nearly all Asian massage parlors now offer the table shower. You can have yours before or after the massage. If you're man enough, you can have two happy endings.
So wait, it's a literal shower while you lay on a
Yeah.
table.
I guess it's like that.
It's not even a-
what's that thing called? The Naru massage, where they dump all that like weird fucking gel on you.
Yeah.
This sounds like not a shower. It sounds like making you less clean.
Yeah, it's not really
It's a
a
terrible
shower,
shower.
but it's a Naru massage or something where they take all this like weird slime from fucking slugs or some shit, rub it all over you, and then you have a woman or whatever your preference is slide their body all over yours.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop typing these things into Google. I'm glad I didn't get to that one just yet.
No,
But
maybe it's a Naru massage, N-U-R-U.
there's so many things
Is it like
that I
newsroom?
don't
I
know. Like that I don't know about. You know, like people have. I went down a rabbit hole in Jiffy with the. That's My
Wait. So
Fetish
you
GIFs.
went
You mean Giphy?
down a rabbit hole with a jar of peanut butter.
Yes,
That
exactly.
sounds.
Precisely how it's supposed to be pronounced. Yep, that's and that fits perfectly into the That's My Fetish category. There are these there's the Scooby Doo one. I think is my favorite. It's like the whole gang horrified, and then I don't know, remember what the white dude's name is, but he's just
Right.
got this shit-eating grin on his face. I need to pull up a bunch of those.
Oh,
Freddy.
he's like, that's
I
my
will link
fetish.
to one of those. That's my fetish, and he's just grinning, and everyone else is shocked or disgusted. That's the whole shtick of these memes.
Yeah. I just pulled it up.
These GIF memes. Those there's a whole chunk of them, and I went down a wonderful rabbit hole, and so that's all to say that there are so many things that are someone's thing or John's that it boggles my mind how much diversity of I don't even know the words.
You
Peeps be love some weird things, man.
You actually
Like,
bring up a valid definition. So how you said those are my Johns, it could be a synonym for like jam. Like, yo, Cocoa Puffs, that's my jam.
That's my John. Oh god.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm never gonna use that in real life.
Well,
I had
You're
to
not gonna
scroll
use
up
any
to
of these.
remember how to remember what it looked like, how to pronounce it.
you're not.
Yeah, but I'm never gonna use thought. Thought John. What was one of the other ones?
Stan was one.
Standing. Yep, standing. Oh, there was one more. Sheets. Wawa. These are all fake words. You've made them up
No, look it
for
up.
the purposes of
Look it up.
messing with me.
Look it up.
Yeah. You don't control anything on the internet, Tom. I see your tricks.
All right, well, I guess that's it. We will wrap up this episode. I want to thank everyone for joining us. If you happen to listen to us, awesome. Remember, you can go to trybcast.com to follow us there. You can follow us on Twitter at trybcast. We've already listed our own personal Twitter accounts, so if you want to follow us there, you also can. Yeah, that's it. For Jake, Colin, myself, and Tom, I want to say thank you, and we will talk to you next week. Goodbye.
Later, guys.